Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis. Today I'm going to be trying out the new Burgundy bar that was brought out by Maybelline recently here in Australia. And I actually filmed a video a few days ago and I was not happy with the way that it came out. I wasn't happy with the look that I had tried to achieve. So I'm actually filming another video today to try and improve on the look that I had. Like I said, I have used this before. It comes with 12 shades in here, and according to the back, there are different ways to actually use this palette. So you can use them as quads, you can use them as trios, or you can use them as duos. And it gives you a nice little diagram on the back telling you how to do that. Now this was $16 or $15.99 at Chemist Warehouse. I don't know how much it's selling at other places. So yeah, let's jump in and give it a go. So first off with this palette, the first thing I noticed when I purchased or when I got it home was that there are only 2 matte shades in the entire palette. And it doesn't really give you a nice, and everything else is a shimmer. Now, when I used this, there was no fallout on my face, so I haven't put a huge layer of powder underneath my eyes. So I'm not particularly worried about there being fallout with it. That being said, I'm actually going to have to dip into my Loreal LaPalette Nude, the rosé shade, just to try and get some transition shades in here and that sort of thing. Because you can't really, I mean you can, but it's really difficult to go from one extreme of a brown to another extreme of a brown if you're trying to build up colors. It just gets too dark and too muddy. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go into this light tan shade here, which is just slightly darker than this shade here. Okay, so I'm just going to take this into my crease once I find a bloody brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go in with this color here. It's a beautiful tan color, and it's kind of like a burnt tan color, a burnt brown almost, if you will. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to start working that into my crease as my transition shade. Now to prime my eyes, I did use the Pro Paint Pot or Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly from MAC. That is my go-to product anytime I want to prime my eyelids. So now I'm just going to go in and do the other eye. Next I'm going to go in with this slightly mauve shade here in this palette, and I'm going to start building that in my crease. Now the reason that I'm not building with shimmer shades, for me, because my eyelids are getting a bit older and I feel like if I use a ton of shimmer shades, then my eye shadow starts to look crepey on my eyelid. So that's, you know, that's a little bit of that's a personal preference for me. So I try not to do that too often, go full shimmer. So I'm just building that color up just a bit deeper. And I think today I'm going to be playing with the really pretty plum shade that's in here. So it's this shade right here, which is gorgeous. And then I might, why do I keep doing this? I might go in with this shade here as well. Just building these colors up. So next I'm going to go in with my Stila number 30 brush, and I'm going to go into that really pretty, like I said, that pretty plum color. It does have little tinges of pink reflect in it, so it's actually a really pretty shade. You don't get a ton of kickback on the palette as well, so that's another bonus. So I'm just going to start going into my crease and deepening that up a bit. Working in a windshield wiper motion, and also just kind of feathering it just a bit at the outside corner in a circular motion, bringing that out just the tiniest bit. Now in my last video I decided I was going to try the new Maybelline, what is it called? It's called the Curvitude Liner Tracer, and I had the worst time with it. I am not a girl that knows how to do a cat eye, so I'm not even going to attempt that today because it truly ruined my look. And that's another reason that I'm filming this video, because it was an absolute disaster. So first off, with these colors, they're really super pigmented. They're blending beautifully. I'm not getting any skipping. I'm not getting any patchiness. It's just a really pretty color. So I'm going to go ahead and go in on my other eye and do that one as well. And then what I'm going to do with another brush, just to deepen the outside crease, I'm going to go in with another one of my floofy brushes, which is the Blend and Smudge brush from Eco Tools. And I'm going to take that brown shade, and I'm just going to deepen that that corner piece. Oh, I just stuck my nail in it. I'm going to deepen up my crease just a bit, tapping off the excess. And I'm really just focusing this right deep in that crease, and I'm not really bringing that up at all. I'm just deepening my crease on the outside corner of my eye. And as you can see, I'm using very small brush strokes, and I'm almost bringing it just into the corner there. Okay, I'm not really moving that product around too much. I'm kind of just packing it in there. And that looks beautiful. And now I'm going to do my other eye. So that's both of that shade's done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring that purple and I'm going to smoke it in underneath my eyes. But first I'm going to go back into that first palette, and I'm going to go into that first color that I used on my transition, and I'm just going to bring that along my waterline. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And then I'm going to go in with a different brush. I'm going to go back to my Smudge and Blend brush, and I'm going to go into that purple shade, and I'm just going to bring that down along the bottom line. And that's from the Maybelline palette, the color that I used in my crease. And I'm going to keep this pretty smoky, but I don't want to blow it out too much. And I like to marry my corners together. I know that sounds a little funny, but what I do is I bring that color right up, and I almost kind of angle it out just a little bit, just to kind of marry the corners of my eyes together. And I feel like doing that sometimes also ends up giving me a bit of a lift for my eyes, so I really like doing that. It's just a personal preference, and it also depends very much on your eye shape. So I'm just going to go in and do this on the other eye now. And there we go. So that's done for the bottom lash line. So next I'm going to go in, and I'm going to take this really pretty champagne color here. Whoa! I'm going to take this really pretty champagne color here, and I'm just going to pop that on my lid. And I'm using an angled brush for this because it really just hugs your actual eyeball. So I'm just going to take this on the inner third of my eye, or I would say inner half really. So take it from the inside corner, if you can see, inside corner here, and I'm bringing it just to the middle of my eye. Ta-da, like that. And I'm not really having to do any blending to try and marry these colors together. So that I really appreciate about this palette. It is very easy to work with. On my inner corner, I'm going to take this gold shade here, which is next to that champagne-y color that I used on my eyelid, and I'm just going to pop that in my inner crease, or inner corner I should say. Now this one is definitely much more of a champagne. It has more of a pink reflect to it, which is super pretty. And because this is a daytime look, I'm going to go in again on my top line, on my top waterline. I'm going to go in with the Stubborn Brown color, and I'm just going to line my upper waterline, and then in my lower waterline, I'm going to go in with the Studio Chromatic pencil, the multi-use pencil from MAC. And I find when doing this technique, if you kind of just lightly blink your eye and just trace along the top line, it'll actually naturally put itself there, and it's actually super duper easy. This is also a really good trick if you have really thin eyelashes. This helps to really define that line, and it gives the illusion of a more dense lash line. And as you can see, it's not really jarring. It looks like it definitely looks like I have more eyelashes, and they definitely look more dense. So now I'm going to go in that bottom lash line, and I'm going to go in with this nude color. And by doing that, it actually gives the illusion of your eye being bigger when it's more of a nude color, which I need all the help with because I have small almond-shaped eyes. And now for my final color, I'm going to go into this creamy, like eggshell color, and I'm just going to pop that under my brow bone. That shimmer is so intense on these. All right, so now I'm going to pop on some mascara, and then I will come back with my final thoughts. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on the Burgundy bar. This, I have to say, for 16 bucks is not a bad purchase in my opinion. Now, the only downside that I have for this is because there are only 2 matte shades in the entire thing. And I, as a preference, do not like doing a complete eye of shimmers. I like having the matte with the shimmer to kind of make it pop and do its pretty little thing with my eyes. The colors in here are great. I love the color selection you get in here. There are so many looks you can do with these. That being said, the colors themselves, not the colors, the pigments themselves in the eyeshadows are really great. They're super easy to work with. Like I said, not patchy. They're not skipping. They're not doing anything funky that I can't work with. And there's hardly any blending that I needed to do. So all in all, I do say that this is definitely worth the 16 bucks that you spend on it, or wherever you get it. So yeah, I have to say I really enjoy this, and I can't wait to see what other things I can do with these. So if you're not already, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'm not really sure what either one of those do, but I keep hearing everybody saying it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye!